Justin Farmer, CEO of Exit Wealth Advisors, joining us now with a breakdown. So, Justin, quite a bold proposal here. We're still awaiting details on all of this, but reporting right now describes this as a way to solve the liquidity constraint for buyers without blowing up their retirement savings. We know there are risks here, but would you mind to start describing the strategy at play?
Yeah, Kelly, this is an interesting one, and I could probably argue this one either way. But in general, I think we have to consider it's a bit of a slippery slope, in my view, a case of robbing Peter to pay Paul. And in this case, Peter is your future self, right? So if you take money out of your retirement base, unfortunately, most Americans don't pay their 401k loans back swiftly. And so you lose out on all that compound interest, and that's really going to add up, and you'd really miss it in your 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Absolutely. You know, there are some real dangers to consider here. Taking money out now, as you said, can mean less invested long term. Do you mind walking us through all the risks and maybe more importantly, the risk versus reward calculus?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, look, home ownership is a key to building wealth. But when you buy a home, you're putting those dollars into an asset that is not diversified. It's just one single piece of property. So if the property values were to drop in your particular area, that money that had been earmarked and well diversified in your 401k and mutual funds and ETFs and whatnot is now in one single property. So there's a big risk there. And then I go back to the thing, unfortunately, most people don't pay their 401k loans. They don't pay themselves back very swiftly. Of course, if you were the kind of person that you were highly disciplined, you got that house that you really wanted, and then you were able, due to a job raise or bonuses or what have you, pay yourself back swiftly, then you could make an argument that it is a good decision. You would just have to really go case by case, Kelly.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense. And, you know, the specifics haven't been finalized yet. This is still in the proposal phase. It would likely require changes to federal tax rules, retirement account regulations.
That's right.
What new details will you be watching for specifically here?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. For example, I'd be looking for, is there a requirement that you must pay yourself back within 5 years? Could be one idea that's put into some sort of change, such as the one we're discussing. A lot of disclosure. I mean, look, if you were a 35-year-old and you put $50,000, you pull that from your 401k to make a down payment on a home. If you never replace that single decision, that $50,000 compounded over several years or a couple of decades, Kelly, we're talking about it could be a $300,000 or $400,000 consequence. So I'd really be interested in looking at the details in this, the hoops you'd have to jump through. In general, as a wealth advisor, we say you only want to borrow from a 401k at last resort. And look, maybe for some people, it is last resort. They really need to get that home for safety or security or, you know, a new family, and then you can justify it that way.
Right. And, you know, this broader effort, it's to address high home prices, mortgage costs. We had a reporter on this, Ryan Bass, who says this doesn't fix affordability. People who need it won't get the help that they're efforting in all of this. Those are the critiques of this proposal. So we'll wait and see. Justin Farmer, appreciate your insights in the interim. Thank you.